having a wonderful harvest here at the Anderson Experimental Garden, and we've been enjoying a great harvest this year. It's been a great growing season, and our garden's produced like crazy. So here we are. Potatoes are really starting to come out of the garden. Got my trusty helper here to help harvest the potatoes today, and so we've got plants that are already started to die down, and so they're a little bit of green left in there, but the plants are really starting to die down. I'm going to move my soaker hose out of the way, and we'll start digging up some potatoes. And what we like to do is wait for those hills to kind of start to die down before you dig up the potatoes, but we don't want to leave them in the ground for too long, because once we start to get those rainstorms that come about mid to late September, if you don't get your potatoes dug up at that point, then they'll start to grow again. They'll start growing. You'll get funny shapes, and they won't keep as well throughout the winter time for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down right next to the hill. Don't want to dig down in the middle because you end up spearing the potatoes. So I'm going to come in from the side and dig down underneath the hill of the potatoes, and then as I start to pry up with my fork, I'll kind of pull the vines out, and we can see the potatoes coming up. Some are still attached, some have detached already, but we've got a really nice crop of potatoes here. So, as I planted these this spring, I only had, one tiny piece of a potato, and let's see how many we can pull out of this hill. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, oh, there's more, 9, and one more right there. So we got about 10 potatoes that have come out of that one hill of potatoes. So that's some really nice return on investment. Yeah, 10 potatoes, and this variety is called Pontiac, so it's a great producer. It's an excellent storage potato, but we're getting some nice production out of these potatoes. So again, just dig in from the side right underneath. Oh, see, and I speared one already. So larger hill of potatoes, this one. Want to come in from the sides, get underneath those potatoes, and pull up on those. Oh, some nice production on these potatoes for sure. So at this point, what I'll do is I'll let them sit out here for a couple hours and let the dirt just kind of dry on the potatoes, and as it dries, we'll come through with some burlap sacks. We'll gather up the potatoes, put them in burlap sacks, and they can go right into your storage location at this point. So I don't like to leave the potatoes out in the garden for very long, because the sun will start to turn the potatoes green, and then they don't taste as good. But let them just have a couple hours just to dry, and then we'll come and harvest them and gather those up later this afternoon, and put those in our storage location and enjoy those all winter long. So a great production on our potatoes this year. Very excited about it. When we planted, fertilized really well, treated them with a fungicide to try and keep the scab off. It's really helped quite a bit. Not seeing very much scab on the potatoes, just a little bit, so I'm pleased with that. But excellent production. Just make sure they don't stay out in the garden for too long. Don't let them stay out there when it gets wet, so they start growing again. And hopefully you'll have a great harvest on your potatoes this year and enjoy them all winter long.